Some people think pedestrians always have the right of way, but they don't. When you're at a crosswalk and the white walk signal appears, you can cross. If it changes color and starts blinking, finish walking. But if a steady stop signal appears, don't cross, because if you do, you're breaking the law. We're here at R&R Bar and Grill on Franklin Street, and the votes are in. It came down Ohio, and President Barack Obama will be at the White House for another 4 more years. Turning lemons into lemonade may be a good philosophical outlook, but it's a better business strategy. Only this business isn't a lemonade stand, it's a bar. Good news is, UNC students have resources available to them inside of this building at Haynes Hall. An update on an ongoing story about the UNC professor charged with drug smuggling in Argentina. UNC has another administrative position to fill. Assistant Dean of Students Melinda Manning announcing she will step down at the end of this semester. For thousands of UNC students, a dorm like this one is a home away from home. But behind closed doors, it could be an isolated and unpleasant experience. For students like Addison Evans, who doesn't identify with any gender, this experience has included harassment.
What it would be like to have a roommate harass you so much and so terribly that you don't feel comfortable in your own room. You can't eat in your room, you can't sleep in your room, you can't do homework in your room. It's a real pain in the butt. A
campaign led by the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Queer Center has tried to tackle this issue. Last year, Chancellor Holden Thorpe turned down a proposal to offer UNC students gender-neutral housing. Terry Phoenix.
We were told that if we wrote a proposal and we worked with housing to develop a plan that could be implemented, that the chancellor would consider it. And so that's what we did all last year.
But there was more than a proposal. Students leaders organized a sleep-in at the campus Y. It was all about awareness. Kevin Claiborne.
In order for us to make this a community accessible and equal for all students, we have to keep pushing.
Then there was a march to the Carolina Inn and the site of a Board of Trustees meeting. 2, 5, 6, 8, we demand DNA! With a room full of hopeful supporters, Phoenix and Claiborne presented the proposal to the University Affairs Committee. They've received support from Student Body President Will Limonstahl and Vice Chancellor Winston Crisp. Then,
all in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion passes unanimously.
For them to immediately vote on it unanimously was like, wow, this is ridiculous. It was a great moment because it showed that all the hard work that we had put into it was being affirmed by the people that had the power to make this option happen.
And for Evans, this was an early Christmas gift.
And I actually cried when I found out about it, and I just was overcome with joy because I know a lot of people here at the university that have been affected by the lack of having gender non-specific housing.
Reporting in Chapel Hill, I'm Johnny Gil. The night started with the UNC marching band hyping up the thousands of Tar Heel fans inside the Dean Smith Center. Former Tar Heel Stuart Scott hosted the event as usual. Similar to the Olympics opening ceremony, members of other Carolina sports like the softball team marched onto the court. 3-time gold medalist and U.S. national soccer team star Heather O'Reilly brought in the Olympic torch. Coach Sylvia Hatchell walked out with Chancellor Holden Thorpe, and moments later, members of the women's basketball team hoisted him up on their shoulders. The men's team came out one by one, and what would Late Night with Roy be without its host, Coach Roy Williams? He received several standing ovations by a packed crowd after his cancer scare less than a month ago. As tradition, the dancing portion of the night started with the freshmen dancing in tutus. The entire team performed the internet sensation Gangnam Style, and even new assistant coach Hubert Davis busted out the old moves. But what got people jumping around was the main attraction of the night, the blue and white game. Sophomore PJ Harrison led the blue team with 12 points, but everyone's eyes were focused on the freshmen. Look at this jumper by Marcus Page. Nice shot. Joel James with the fadeaway, and Bryce Johnson with the slam dunk. In the end, it was all about having Coach Williams back on the bench.
I know it meant a lot to him, and just know that he can go overcome adversity, and these fans love him, and just for all the fans, just give him a standing ovation like that. I know that's never a memory he's ever going to forget, so I just know it meant a lot to him for everybody to just stand up for him.
This might be a new season with new challenges, but the expectations are always high. Reporting from Chapel Hill, I'm Johnny Gil. All over campus you see vehicles like this Chevy van or this Ford utility truck. UNC owns 718 cars, trucks, and the like, and almost all of them run on gas. But that's changing, one electric vehicle at a time.
We're going about it from the perspective of what's the best way to meet the needs of departments and individuals at Carolina.
This is the new face of transportation on campus. This truck runs on electricity, 100%. The recycling department replaces gas-powered Gator with this truck, and employees are enjoying the benefits.
It saves us about $100 a month in gas. It's very efficient as far as the electric use. It's very good for the environment.
It's easy to charge. All you have to do is plug it in, and then a few hours later, it's ready to go. No carbon emissions.
When you add convenience and the sustainability aspects of these electric vehicles, it's very attractive.
Here on West Franklin Street, anyone with an electric vehicle can charge at this charging station free of charge, all thanks to a grant provided by the U.S. Department of Energy. Ryan Turner works for ITS. His department also has an electric vehicle. That got him interested in buying this Chevy Volt, and he hopes the university will continue in this direction.
Eventually, this will be a cost-effective way for the university to fuel its fleet.
While these gas cars still own the road now, more and more it appears they'll make way for an electric future. In Chapel Hill, I'm Johnny Gil.